Yes, we are going to see a camera update on Galaxy S26 Ultra, and this time it is fixing one of the most important camera issues phones, and Galaxy S26 Ultra are gonna fix it. We got the official updates, and we also got the best performance numbers of Galaxy S26 Ultra all in this video. The S25 Ultra is on a really good deal right now, which you can avail from a playlist in this video. Now, according to Universe, Galaxy S26 series, Samsung has adapted a new noise reduction algorithm. This is the best Galaxy flagship ever, and the fault lines in the sky have disappeared. Now a smooth uniform blue, especially when you set it to 24 megapixel mode. The resolution is very high and the magnification is many times to maintain excellent clarity. This means finally Samsung is going to fix one of the most important issues on the Galaxy phones. Now if you notice or not, we are going to see a 24 megapixel mode in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Yes, in the default ad, you don't need to use Expert RAW or something like that to get the 24 megapixel, but this 24 megapixel mode will take at least 3 seconds to process the image. No, it's not about the shutter speed. It will take 3 seconds to process the image, but you can take the shot instantly. It will take 3 seconds in the background to process the image. Yes, it's a great news to have this feature and to have this mode on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now the performance numbers are crazy on S26 Ultra, but there are the camera updates we are going to see. Yes, the front selfie shooter is getting a wider field of view. The back cameras are getting a better aperture, where the 200 megapixel is getting f1.4 instead of f1.7, and the 50 megapixel is also getting an update. Now we got the Geekbench scores of Galaxy S26 Ultra, and it broke its own record, where Galaxy S26 Ultra scored 3,852 single core score and 11,738 multi-core score. This is the highest amount of score that we have seen right now on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is massive. Now there are a few concerns that I have for the S26 Ultra. This processor is really good, and it is overclocked for the S26 Ultra, clocked at 4.74 GHz, and I'm a little bit concerned about the heating issues on S26 Ultra, because initially we heard news about Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is getting heat up on other smartphones, but Samsung is using a bigger vapor chamber for the S26 Ultra. I'm a little bit worried about the heating issue, and let's see how Samsung is controlling the heat on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. But the performance numbers are really good. Now we got more information about the Galaxy S26 Ultra. We got 3 new teasers about the Galaxy AI, which shows how Samsung will giving us the generative AI on Galaxy S26 Ultra. The first video actually shows us how the sketch to image works, and it is getting better every single year, and yeah, the generative AI is at its peak. The second one is also a generative AI stuff, and the third one is also related to the Galaxy AI. We got a lot of different things. A lot of AI stuff is coming with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. The second update, which is more related to the performance of Galaxy S26 Ultra. So Samsung is actually performing best with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, because Samsung is giving us an overclocked version. So the new scores are 3,761 single core score and 11,454 multi-core score. Interesting to see, Samsung is using the overclocked version of Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, 4.74 GHz, and yeah, it came with the 12 gigs of RAM, and it is uploaded on Feb 16, which means it is a recent test for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and it performs the best among all other Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 devices. The next update is more related to the copy of Galaxy S26 Ultra, or a knockoff, as it is started selling for just $72, and it looks like the Galaxy S26 Ultra, but it looks far cheaper than the actual phone. Look at that reflections, but yeah, the camera island is exactly same as the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and even interesting to see, the corners are similar to the Galaxy S26 Ultra, but this knockoff just came with the 3 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of storage. The next up thing, which is kind of interesting for the people who just wanted to get the Galaxy S26 Ultra. According to Sammy fans, the trade-off deals of Galaxy S26 Ultra is kind of less than what we expected, but the Galaxy S22 Ultra, we got $210 to $310, Galaxy S23 Ultra for $350 to $400, and Galaxy S24 Ultra for $700 to $800. This is pretty much a good deal, but for the foldable phones, Galaxy Z Fold for $600 to $700 is not a good deal. I'm not sure about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Maybe they give us $800. It's not just for the S24 Ultra. Maybe S25 Ultra will get the $800 deal. Let's see the difference between the Galaxy S26 Ultra versus S25 Ultra from spec sheet to see the difference. From display to design, Samsung has changed a bunch of things on S26 Ultra. Even the first look of the S26 Ultra is out, and we saw some visible changes in the S26 Ultra. But recently, there's a source who shared a complete set of specs for the S26 Ultra in comparison to S25 Ultra. And looking at the specs, yes, there are some changes in it, and some are really bad. So at the start, both devices are going to feature a 6.9 inches display. The change is in the display technology. S25 Ultra came with M13 while the S26 Ultra will be featuring the M14 panel. But the interesting thing is, S26 Ultra and S25 Ultra both are featuring the same 2600 nits of peak brightness despite using the new technology on S26 Ultra. The processor is obvious, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which got more details in it than just a simple change, and the list also shows a 12 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of RAM. Well, this is where things got different. S26 Ultra is featuring a 16 gigs of RAM option, but only for limited markets. I mean, even source confirmed, China would be one of it where we can see a 16 gigs of RAM on S26 Ultra, else even the 1TB version will be seeing a 12 gigs of RAM across all models. Now the cameras, 50 megapixel is same, but the 3x 10 megapixel is seeing a change for next year. Did you notice something? The aperture is better on S25 Ultra compared to the S26 Ultra. Well, this is the downgrade I was talking about. Even he shared this spec sheet. Well, while I have more details about the 3x telephoto sensor, other cameras will be same. Now the battery is another thing. 5000 mAh battery, same on both phones. Well, some suggest 5200 seems a bit off now, so no battery change next year. But the charging speed is seeing a change next year. 45 watt on S25 Ultra and 65 watt on S26 Ultra. So finally, a change we want is here. He didn't mention a wireless charging update, but S26 Ultra is also going to see a wireless charging update from 15 watt to 25 watt. Another major change we have on S26 Ultra is it will come with a magnets in it. The thickness is also changed from 8.2mm to 7.9mm, which is another plus, probably one of the slimmest Ultra from Samsung. And there is a slight change in the weight of the phone. 218 grams on S25 Ultra compared to 214 grams on S26 Ultra. Hardly notice a difference in real life. So we got the actual official S Pens of the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and yeah, we only got two color options in it, black and white. But the actual clickable button of the S Pen is changing. First, the design of the clickable button is changed because it's not pushed to the edge. But there's one more important thing, as it will get the color options. Yes, so it will match the frame of the color. So we are getting 4 official color options of the Galaxy S26 Ultra: black, white, cobalt violet, and the sky blue. So these are the tips of the Galaxy S26 Ultra S Pens, and all of those colors are available. But the actual color of the S Pen is only 2, black and white. And even Aishnever said the white pen holder of the Galaxy S Pen you see looks exactly like the white back cover of the S26 Ultra. I think the white color option will look really good on S26 Ultra, and I personally think the white color and probably one leaked silver color option that the S26 Ultra is actually coming, and it will look really polished because we are getting some online exclusive color from Samsung's official website. Although if you want to get S25 Ultra, it's on a deal right now which you can avail, probably listed in this video. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.